So,
Why does the camera look so good today?
It looks really good. And I keep looking like I'm taking.
I think it's because I moved the light to the center instead of being in the corner. So
I feel like I'm taking like a glamour shot when I'm staring at the television.
you gotta quit.
Like, all right now.
You gotta quit looking at yourself.
You want it?
Have you ever met anyone in your life that was more vain than what is sitting at the end of the table?
I have also been staring at myself in the TV.
Hey, we should all do it one time. Hey, Alexis. Join.
We're all full of ourselves.
Yeah, fully. I'm a Taurus, so you know what time it is.
Hey, me too.
I'm gonna.
Oh, we're all Tauruses then, right?
Yeah, except for this one over here.
Pisces.
Weirdo.
The All About Nothing podcast might have language and content that is inappropriate for some. Listener discretion is advised. Recorded live from GOT Sound Studio, this is the All About Nothing podcast with Trent Clark, Zach King, and Barrett Gruber.
Welcome to the All About Nothing podcast. I am Barrett Gruber, joined by Trent Clark and Zach King over there. Thanks, guys, for being here.
Yeah.
You guys have a good. Trent, welcome back. You took a little time off.
A little hiatus.
You didn't take that much time off. It was literally like what, 4 days, 3 days?
Yeah, it's like over the weekend, a little something.
You feel refreshed?
Dude.
Do you feel cleansed?
Much needed rest.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
say that.
Well, good. Zach, how about you? It's only been a week since you've been here, but
Still tired, Barrett.
yeah,
Still poor.
still in need of a vacation.
Still in need of a vacation.
Hopefully.
I'm happy to be here. Car ran good.
Great. Yeah. All right. Please subscribe to the show. That's how we get new listeners. Also, please consider supporting us financially by visiting theallaboutnothing.com and becoming an official member and proudly calling yourself a true nothinger. We do have a bunch of membership tiers available to give you early access and exclusive content. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcast and you think we're worth it, give us a review, drop us 5 stars. If you're not on Apple Podcast, of course, you can find whatever, YouTube, you can like us, and I think even Pandora, you can do the liking. Anyway, also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Just search for theallaboutnothing.com or visit our website, theallaboutnothing.com. And with that out of the way, I guess we'll get into it.
I just got to say, I didn't know Pandora was still going.
I didn't either.
Yeah, Pandora. In fact, of the Barrett Gruber Entertainment and Media podcasts, this is the only one that's on Pandora because it takes 6 months to a year to actually get approved to get on there.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
They have like 2 employees working, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thank you, Pandora. Thank you. Appreciate that.
We hope for Pandora, we hope that SiriusXM doesn't shut you down like Stitcher. So for those of you listening to us on Stitcher, find another podcast platform because that's about to go away. All right. Shout outs. Ro Young, State Farm insurance agent and economic lecturer. Thank you very much for being on the show last week. Of course, he's served in Columbia, West Columbia, and Lexington area for more than 30 years. Whether it's auto, home, life insurance, and this is not an ad. He did not sanction this. He did not ask for it.
It's okay, brother.
If you're,
I see you didn't mention Nationwide at all on your podcast.
Why would we?
they're on your side.
Yeah.
You know what? That's their plug.
Yeah.
That's Nationwide. Congratulations.
Trent, you have Nationwide?
No, I actually just joined State Farm.
Okay.
Joined State Farm.
So anyway, he's been around Columbia, West Columbia, Lexington for 34 years. He's my insurance agent, and I speak by, he has served me well for more than 20 years, so I'm appreciative of that. You can call him 803-957-8585 if you're looking, or you can visit royoung.com. Also, shout out to Brock and Amy of the organization, the Columbia Comics, organizing for the 2023 Soda City Comic Con.
They've been going ham.
Yeah, which, by the way, if you're listening to this episode, it was yesterday, if you download this on Monday, because...
and we were there.
Yeah, Soda City Comic Con. We can just talk about, like, we didn't know what happened. And
we knew exactly what happened.
We can be honest.
People flocked to our section the whole time.
We sold out of all our T-shirts and hats. That's right.
Got to speak it into existence, man.
That's right.
All the celebrities came and sat at our booth with us.
Yes. Yeah. And Barrett's crush sat on his lap.
Who?
Your crush.
Christina Ricci's not there.
Number 7. Oh, she's not coming no more?
Oh, number 7. Okay. Going to get me in trouble.
But number 5 will be there.
Number
Summer
5
Glau.
Summer Glau is one of my favorites.
His face lit
that's
up
for sure.
now.
I'm glowing. So, but because the event takes place this weekend after we record this episode, I can really only speak to the organization and planning. And congratulations to Brock and Amy, because it sounds like ticket sales are way past what they were last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
There's going to be a big crowd. And also, I mean, you guys know, but Brock has asked me to join Leroy Green of Nerdy by Nature. It's a YouTube page, and they're looking to jump into podcasting too. But we're gonna have them on in September.
Okay.
Both Leroy and Michael, the two guys that run that, we're gonna have them in September. But we'll get to meet them. You'll get to meet them the weekend that we just experienced that I'm talking about now, because it happens in 3 days.
Trent, when are you going to be there?
All days.
Like from start to finish?
No.
No, he's.
I'm coming at the end.
No, that's what I'm asking. Like, when are you going to be there?
Probably. I'm thinking like maybe 3:30, 4.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, I'm coming in, man. Both days, I'm coming in swinging. Whatever's merch is left, I'm getting it sold.
That sounds good.
That's what I trust you for. You're the guy who brings the people in.
Yeah,
That sounds good. Also, thank you, John Kocsis, of course, and the Columbia Fireflies for our Firefly weekly update. Last homestand begins on August 29th. They're doing their second to last right now, which will have ended when this episode airs.
Oh, man.
They won.
If you haven't been to the stadium yet, Segra Park, go to see the Fireflies game. They got one more week starting August 29th, and then after Labor Day, that's it. The season's over. So ColumbiaFireflies.com for details.
Very
You
good
can
time.
Get your tickets.
And then football season's coming.
That's right. In fact, I can go ahead and say it. We're going to have Zach, the famously Garnet. We're going to have him on. We're going to record that episode, and it'll drop on Labor Day, I think. Yeah, that's how that's going to work. So, but
Zach
famously
knows
Garnet.
all.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows all, especially Gamecock football and Panthers football, but he's very well versed in
Yeah.
all the sports.
Yeah, so we're going to do that sort of as a sports special for the upcoming football season. Basketball season's coming. He's going to be the speaker for
Gamecock soccer.
Gamecock soccer.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. All right. I know you've been waiting for it, and I know you see somebody sitting over here to my right.
Patiently waiting.
Yeah, and I don't want to make her wait any longer, because she showed up on time.
Well,
Before
5 more minutes. I got some more.
All right, so I want to introduce. Well, hold on, I almost read the wrong thing.
Come on.
So our guest this week is a self-help specialist that focuses in mindful evolution and helping clients unlock their potentials through teaching practices of self-love. She's the author of the book Self-Love: The Art of Manifesting. Her guided meditations are available on YouTube, and she is currently working on publishing a course that will also go along with her book. Welcome to the All About Nothing podcast, Alexis, also known as Ahhamomma.
Ahhamomma. Hello. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
What? It worked.
It's a tough crowd. Yeah. They
Thank you.
cheer. They cheer until they stop.
I was setting up. Sorry. But yes, thank you. Thank you for coming.
As soon as the applause sign goes off, they're good. They're done. Stop it. They would have been perfect for like the Drew Carey show. So look, thank you for being here. This is very exciting. And I know you've recorded here in the studio before.
Yes, I did. I actually came here and did some of my meditations and guided meditations here and recorded here. So it was a really amazing experience.
Yeah, nice.
And I was really glad to see that it was here in Columbia. Every time I looked at something, it was always in Atlanta or somewhere else.
yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to have to travel that far just to be able to record right at home. And it's a very beautiful studio. It's got lots of different places to be able to record.
Yeah.
So if you're into music, if you're into podcasting, or just wanted to record your manifestations as I did, that's pretty much just a great place to do it.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a paid ad, people.
It was not.
That's right.
That was just love.
And just to make sure, GOT Sound Studio.
Yeah.
Correct.
And so,
Make sure
you
follow.
found GOT Sound Studio on your own just through research?
Yes, it just popped up on Facebook. And from there, I reached out to him and I said, "What is this? Is this real?"
Yeah.
It looks too good to
A lot
be
of
true.
Right.
a lot of scam studios out there. I'm
Right.
hearing.
John took some good pictures, so
Exactly.
it looked really good.
Yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
took some really great pictures. So I was like, okay,
I'm glad to hear
looks
that.
legit.
Yeah.
And I made sure I came by myself, but I had extra something with me just in case this was
Understand. We in South Carolina.
Right.
You know,
Oh, hold on. You're in Lexington. You're safe.
Oh,
Well,
well, I ain't gonna say that.
Trent has a story he could tell you from the last time
better not ride dirty.
Yeah.
You better have your paperwork.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's a great studio, and Dominique is a fantastic engineer and operator because he basically makes the studio available almost any time.
Yep.
So I guess maybe we could talk him into that being a paid ad. So your alias is Ahhamomma.
Yes.
Instagram, you're Ahhamomma.
All social media, everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, anywhere.
Yeah. So tell us, Ahhamomma. What is Ahhamomma?
Ahhamomma. So it stands for, first the part, Aha stands for my twins' initials, Adeline Hera and Heidi Athena.
You're a twin.
Yes.
Nice.
No, my twins.
She
I have
has
a set
twins.
of
Oh, your
Yes.
daughters.
Yes. My
Okay.
daughters.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, that's great too. I have twins.
that's why he got excited.
I have twin 8-year-olds.
Oh, mine are 6. And do they still fight?
Are they girls?
Yes.
They're 2 girls. Yeah, I have 2 girls.
They're gonna fight for the rest of their life.
This is it's I don't want to give away too much. There is hope.
Okay.
There is hope.
That's
There
great.
is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not soon.
Okay.
It's not at 8.
It's not an 8. Okay. But there's somewhere.
Based on how long I used to fight with my brother, it's not 44 either. So just
Just be prepared.
go into it with you got to go into it with this sort of emotional detachment. I mean, you already know.
Yeah, it's I've learned now because I was an only child.
Yeah.
So I
Me
didn't
too.
really I did not have a sibling to fight with.
Yeah.
So now I see them and I'm like, am I supposed to pick sides? Like, because technically one of you is wrong. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to pick sides. I'm supposed to let y'all figure it out. And
That's
I'm
tough.
Like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill.
I was the oldest, so I had 2 younger siblings to win against.
Gotcha.
My brother is he's got probably 50 pounds on me, and I know that if he could ever get a hold of me, I would not be I would be unlived.
Yeah, that's when you just started. Stop.
So you got to be quick.
Yeah, he's slow. He's slow.
Maybe separate rooms.
Yeah, we eventually
No, I'm saying for
had-
like twins. Would that work?
well,
I don't-
honestly, there's an
I don't-
attachment.
Yeah, there's an attachment. There is. It's a very weird love and hate relationship that I've learned to. It's like I don't want to be around you, but don't go too far. And I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
what?
Oh yeah.
You go stay in your corner, I'll stay in mine.
Right. You know?
I that's one of those things. Even now, I'll tell them sometimes. I'll be, they'll be arguing. I was like, and I just, girls separate. Like I try to make
Wonder
the-
twin powers.
I try. Apropos of the Comic-Con coming up.
Yes.
It is a struggle. It's definitely a struggle. Because a friend asked me. She said, so which one is your favorite? And I was like, I don't have a favorite.
Yeah, you don't have a favorite.
They will never know that I have a favorite.
Exactly.
They're gonna hear this when they're like 20 and be like, son of a bitch.
Who do you think Dad
No,
was
they
talking
won't.
about?
You know what they'll be doing? They'll be doing, no, it's you. Oh, no, it's you. It's
Yeah, they don't want to be the favorite when they get older. They're like, oh,
Well,
yeah,
My
you're
dad
the-
told
you're
me
the favorite.
I was his favorite, so I was like, all right, Dad, I get you.
Nobody really likes the favorite child, though.
That's a
You know what I'm
lie.
saying? They really don't like it.
That's a lie.
No, I'm saying the other kids don't like the favorite kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be
My
close.
siblings adore me, so
You think.
So the AHA stands for Adeline Hera and Heidi Athena. The Mama stands for mindful, outspoken, motivational magician, manifesting abundance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
That is a
I
mouthful.
love acronyms.
Oh, very good.
You said magician?
Yes, magician.
Okay.
It's with all the rings, I believe, in magic. I believe that we are all pretty much gods, and we have the power to be able to create and manifest the world that we want for ourselves.
Yeah.
As much as you align with who you are supposed to be and understand who you are and peel back the layers of the shadows and the happiness and the joy, you kind of learn who you are and just be authentic, and then abundance automatically comes.
So I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
Yeah.
I brought a deck of cards.
Oh, yeah.
And, no, I'm kidding.
She said, oh, okay.
she's like, I'm gonna play your man.
I'm ready.
I want some card tricks.
She would have been like,
Yeah.
What are you playing? 21?
what we doing? Spades?
Right.
What you want to do?
Take me to a casino. You know?
Oh, yeah, right. You can work your magic there for sure.
So the book, of course, is called Self-Love. the art of manifesting. So what is self-love?
To me, self-love is embracing yourself fully. That means embracing your shadow parts, your childhood traumas, your happiness, your joys, the things that you enjoyed doing when you were 8, the things that you enjoyed doing at 21, and just really understanding that all the different parts of who you are and where you come from is the joy of adulting, because the other part of adulting sucks.
That's a fact.
Big facts.
Right.
Big
so
facts.
you got to find the joy in self. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that a lot of people struggle with right now. When you look at the suicide rate, I've lost 2 friends in the last 6 months to suicide.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So it's as you start to see a lot of people like celebrities and things like that also going through it. And 2020 taught me that a lot more people are suffering than anything. When you were stuck in the house, a lot of people weren't even okay with just being by themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that taught me you really have to love yourself on a very deep and unconditional way. And that kind of pours into your relationships with other people and how you connect with other people, whether that be a romantic relationship or it be friendships or business partners and things like that. So, yeah.
How do you find self-love for yourself?
Right now, my biggest thing is finding nature. I was a very cooped up kid. So my mom, I was her miracle baby. She was told at 18 she couldn't have kids. So when she had me at 36, I was like a miracle to her. And that meant bubble. So now that I have the freedom and now that I have daughters, I love to go outside. We're at the river, at the park. I have camping equipment and stuff like that on top of our
You
roof.
and Barrett would get along very good.
Yes.
He's got a kayak strapped to his car right now.
Yeah, me and Mother Nature are really close now, so I really love that.
Where are you from?
I was born in D.C.,
Okay.
and then I moved around a lot, and then I went to high school here in South Carolina. I went to Spring Valley, Vikings.
Okay.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Vikings.
I figured I'd hear the trombone.
Nah,
So I went to high school here, and after that, I had the pleasure of living in 7 different states.
Nice.
I was a quality manager with Amazon, and they paid me to keep moving around, so I just kept jumping from state to state. And I got
We worked at Amazon too.
correct, man. Yeah, man.
They offered me $10K to move to Texas. I was like,
that
no.
part. I took it every time.
Every time.
Yeah, I was a picker, but they got me up out of there.
See, you had to move up. You had to, when you get in the door, you got to move up.
Well,
quick.
I was. That's the reason why I got moved out, because they were trying to move me up, but it was like, hey, you got to take this drug test here. Take this mouth swab real quick on a Monday.
Trent's like, nah.
It's still funny to hear.
So bad. I had the money right there in my hand. Insurance all in my hand. Nope.
So you talk about manifestations.
Yes.
What sort of manifestations do you typically hear from the people that follow your course and that read your book?
The biggest thing a lot of people want to manifest is, of course, money. They think that will solve a lot of problems, but I like to help people to understand that abundance is a lot deeper than just the money, because
Right,
you're
yeah.
able to find peace in the smaller things. Like, for example, me finding peace in nature. That's free. I can go down to the river. I've been able to kind of tap into other people that are into camping and things like that. So you utilize free activities, and a lot of people don't realize just the beauty of there are free activities. We do have a lot more things for people to really tap into. And creativity is such a huge thing now that anybody can start a podcast, anybody can start singing, anybody can start, a YouTube channel or something like that. So it's a beautiful kind of space now where you can really just be yourself.
Yeah.
And so just really encouraging people to really tap into that.
Nice.
Yeah, we're proof that you can not only create a podcast,
We started off
you can
Facebook
create
Live,
a YouTube channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Zoom. You know what I'm saying?
Zoom call.
It started in 2020, all from the pandemic.
Yeah, I was doing this 4 years
That's
before
how
that,
I
but,
joined.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah,
sir.
he was
Trent
he was
became
literally
a
talking to himself on the podcast.
I loved it. I loved it. It was a unique experience.
What'd you say, Zach? Zach, he's like,
Yeah. It spiced up a little when I got there.
Yeah, I didn't.
Y'all bought the spice.
I didn't.
I definitely brought the spice.
I was like, Barry, what if we got
little
black,
bit,
dude?
little bit of salt.
What if we add a little bit of pepper in our mix?
So this next one might be a trade secret. But what sort of information do you have to collect from clients in order to be a guide or to guide someone to their manifestation?
Really, it's just tapping into what they actually want and why they actually want it.
Okay.
So it's a lot more, it's deeper into the why. I just keep asking them why. Why do you want it? Why do you want money? Why do you think you need $10,000 a month? Why do you feel like you need, to be able to go to whatever concert or whatever?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like you want to go out and buy this new car? And diving deeper into the why, they realize, okay, well, I only kind of like this car because someone said it looked cool, or I kind of only really need $10,000 because I want to help my mom and this person. So I'm starting to dive into exactly why you want this thing. Now you understand what you need in order to actually make it happen. Because now you're diving past all the insecurities, you're diving past the trying to make it happen for someone else. And then you peel back the expectation of, well, this person's supposed to help me with this because they are also trying to make this happen. And I'm like, so it teaches them a lot of times just to peel back layers.
Yeah.
And I really like doing that because I like asking people deeper questions.
Is there any? Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
no, I think we all have questions.
Yeah.
All
right.
You go ahead.
All right.
Okay. Are you a big proponent of positive affirmations?
Yes, but I believe that they have to be used in everyday situations.
Yeah.
So for example, before I came here, I was very nervous. I've only done a couple podcasts. I've only really been on stage once to do my poem that was on the back of the book. I'm very much an introvert, so I like my small circle.
Yeah, sure.
So this was one of those experiences. I'm like, okay, even though I feel nervous, even though I feel anxious, even though I feel like I don't really do the one-on-one coaching as much as I wanted to this year, I still have a book out. I still did these things. I still been adding to my podcast. I've still been adding to my guided meditation. So it's like I'm still putting in effort, even though it's not the same effort I might have been putting in before. I'm reevaluating who I am and what I'm doing, and I'm putting myself out there. So it's those kind of affirmations in the moment, especially driving here. It's like, it's almost like you're combating. It's almost like a shield that you put up when your other stuff is coming at you. It's like, shut up. Ain't nobody asked you.
I'm usually really big on self-affirmation, and then I've let it go for the last month and a half maybe. And like I've been in a rut, and then within the last week, I've done that thing like you're about to go to work, and the last thing you want to do be like, you're gonna kick today's ass.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna do so good. Like today's gonna be fine, and you've done it before. You'll do it again. You're gonna make it, and it does. It helps.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that kind of thing helps.
Yeah.
And I do need money, but I only need money just to spend more time with my family and less time everything else.
Exactly.
Now, go ahead.
I was going to say another thing that I do is that I suggest people do is your alarms on your phone. Make an alarm, and then you can set it to say whatever you want it to say. So for me waking up in the morning, I'm not a morning person, but my job that I work, I have to be up early in the morning the days that I work. My alarm says, I'm so joyous and grateful that I have a job that provides for my family. It's just like,
For sure.
I'm so happy.
That'll get you up.
You're like, yeah.
That'll get you up for
So
sure.
happy and grateful.
It'll definitely keep the finger off the snooze.
Right, so it's like, okay, let me go ahead and start the morning this way, or maybe the twins are doing too much, and I'm like, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm a mother that can be, present, and I can give you this time and ability to be able to express yourself, because there are some kids that don't have that. They're put into boxes and all this other stuff. So I'm letting you express yourself. I'm letting you learn who you are. Yeah. And so it's even in those moments when I'm like, I'm triggered and I'm frustrated, you have to use them in the moment.
Correct.
When the kids hit that nerve, I always tend to go. Someone had mentioned it, and I can't remember who, but you just stop for a second and go, when you're 80 years old and your kids have like gone and started their own lives, you would give anything for this moment to be happening. And I'm like, yeah. So like put it in perspective.
Yeah.
He doesn't have twins.
He's like, get him out the house.
I have a maniac almost 3-year-old.
But as far as like no-goes, what do you think are some no-goes for manifestation? What do you think people should try and stay away from?
I think that people should stay away from trying to manifest a specific person into their life. Anything that has that you don't have direct influence on, don't try to manifest.
That makes sense.
That's kind of, it's almost like don't make a love spell, don't, it's some things that just, you don't have any control over, and trying to put your energy into that. Cause that's really all manifesting is. It's just learning where to put your energy, and energy turns into money, and energy turns into other things. Correct. So if you're able to put that energy into, something, if you want, for example, I have, when I came and I recorded, I did manifestations for the 12 areas of my life. One of the areas is my love relationship, and one of my manifestations is I want us to be an unshakable team. And it's something that simple where it's like I don't necessarily, I'm not saying like, oh, I want my man that's this and this, like that's not it. I want an unshakable team, whatever that means, however that's presented to me, however
that makes a lot of sense.
However that's put together, then I accept that as it's supposed to be for me.
Like nothing can shake y'all up as a couple as far as like anything, trials and tribulations that come.
And you can't control how someone perceives you. At the end of the day, you can only control who you are. And if that person doesn't like you for who you are, then guess what? Let's keep going.
Deuces.
Yeah.
So to piggyback up off of Trent's question, as far as like manifestations and whatnot that aren't, I have an idea.
Okay.
The three of us are going to come up with manifestations, and you know how there's mortal sins and menial sins. Are there?
You're gonna have to tell me the difference between both.
Mortal sin is
heavy.
Yeah, that's a bad sin. That's one that God's probably not going to go with 10 Hail Marys and forgive you on that.
Like
one.
Murder.
Yeah, murder would be menial sin. Adultery. I mean, that's a mortal sin. Adultery would be a mortal sin.
I say it's a lot of people going to hell for adultery.
Well,
it's a lot more people.
So you believe in hell. So.
Yeah, exactly. So
I believe we're already on hell.
Yeah.
Hell is a state of mind. That's it.
So the three of us are going to think of different manifestations.
Okay.
And you decide whether that's a good manifestation or one they probably ought to abandon.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome to America's Got Manifestation.
All right. I'll go first.
Okay.
A new car.
Okay. Can I help you reword it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you can start with, I am so happy and grateful that I have a vehicle that gets me from point A to point Z.
Okay.
Because a lot of people just say from point A to point B, but you want a new vehicle, so it should get you from point A to point Z. So that would be another way for you to just put a little bit more energy and effort into it. That's really what manifesting is.
Okay.
If you can put more emotion into it, because that's where our energy lies as humans or whatever we are.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah. Okay.
Trent?
Next person.
I can go if you want me to.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to find options that provide me financially to be able to spend more time with my family.
Okay. So you can word yours and say, I am so happy and grateful that I have opportunities that provide me more quality time with the people I love.
Gotcha.
I will be the best DJ ever.
Bad one. Bad one. She's not going to say it. I'll say it.
And another one.
That's really greedy. That's really
Ever.
greedy. Really greedy.
That's
Ever.
ever.
I'm
Okay.
kidding.
You can do it. I believe Trent can
Yeah,
do it.
reword that, please.
We were okay. All right. We're gonna take your ego out of there.
Good luck. Good luck.
Take your ego out,
Okay.
and we're gonna
yeah.
we're gonna start with gratefulness.
Gratefulness.
Yes. We're gonna say, I am so happy and grateful
I am so happy and grateful
that so many people
that so many people
are inspired
are inspired
by my work.
by my work. Nice.
We can all
Greedy
manifest
beaver.
these.
You can say your own too. Well, we don't want to leave you out.
Oh, let's see.
But you kind of like manifested this.
I
technically.
did. I'm so happy and grateful for all the opportunities that flow through me and surround me as I continue to thrive, not just survive in these streets.
Ooh, I like it. DJ Lonzo, you want to get to the top? Sample that.
I do need to I need to sample that for real.
Thank you.
Like,
I can
good.
repeat it.
oh yes, 100%. Well, yeah, I told Barrett that the way I found you, or the way you found me.
Did you hear the ego?
It did. It arrived again. I thought.
Sorry. You know, I'm a strong believer in I meet the people I'm supposed to meet.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So you left me a crazy ass voicemail on my Instagram. Not crazy to the point where you said something crazy. It was just so well said. I had to say something to you.
That is not the way I thought that was going.
Yes, it was so well said.
Yeah, I told Trent I was gonna ask you if we could have permission to play.
Yeah.
You want me to play it?
Yeah, we can play it.
Oh, well, we'll let him set up. So just a reminder, Alexis, aka Ahhamomma, her book is titled "Self-Love: The Art of Manifesting." Sorry, I mess up with pronunciations, and as well, you have a website.
Yes.
What is your website?
Ahhamomma.com.
Okay, nice.
Right now, it is pretty much the start of where I'm going to start putting the courses that go along with the book.
Perfect.
So throughout the book, there are activities that you can participate in. There will be videos that we will sit down and we'll have one-on-ones with. There'll be opportunities for people to have those one-on-one kind of conversations, as well as a small community. And I've been slowly working on it. I have a computer animation degree, so I kind of have a little bit of knowledge of the computer. You also?
That's what I did, yeah.
Really? Where'd you go?
Wake Forest, Wake Tech.
I went to Full Sail.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome. So I
know both of those schools.
Full Sail was my first, and then Wake Forest had their I can't remember what they call it. Well, I got to go to Wake County to go do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a brand new program, so I was like,
oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Full Sail is out of Florida, right?
Yes.
Full Sail's amazing.
Yeah, and it's mostly media and broadcasting and
yes, their whole production space is just beautiful. Like I completely love it. It was expensive.
I have a buddy who teaches there now. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh man,
that would have been good to know.
Well, now y'all were probably going at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good school. JD from Howard Stern, he went to Full Sail.
Really?
Yeah.
Full Sail's where it's at. You have Dan Patrick School of that. But not to derail. What do you do with the animation?
Right now, the only thing that I really do is really just do it for the fun. I used to make flyers and things like that for people, but then I just really started getting annoyed with trying to tailor it to someone else's creativity and what they wanted. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it myself. And that's what inspired me to make the book. I made I made all the pages in the book. I made the entire thing, wrote the thing, did all of the graphic design and everything for it.
Yes, you have to know that Photoshop.
Yeah, you gotta. I love it. I love Photoshop.
Absolutely.
And so then I made the website. I tried doing some merch, but that was... I realized, it's very different. Like, it's a little bit harder than I thought, especially during the pandemic when, it was like shipping and all this other information. I was like, you know what? That's a little too much for me.
I love that you did animation at Full Sail. That's fantastic.
Really?
Really cool.
Isn't it so much fun? Like, as soon as they started teaching us rigging and stuff, you got to use Maya and how everything's created.
The rigging was my favorite part. Yeah. I kind of dabbled in modeling, but that was trying to learn how to do it on the computer after doing it with my hands. I was like, I'm not really good with it on my hands. I was like...
We always made the deal because I can draw. I was so horrible at programming. Mm-hmm. So I could model, rig, do all of that. And then when it came, the dudes who were good at programming couldn't draw. I'd be like, listen, we swap work. I draw your character, you do my programming.
Nice.
Yeah, we would have got along great.
I got it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Is the
Hi, my name is Alexis. I found you guys through GOT Sound Studio. They reposted you, and I see that that's also where you guys record your podcast. I see that you guys are local right here in Columbia, and I'm also in Columbia. I was wondering what's the process on actually being a guest speaker or talking and coming on that podcast. I recently wrote a book for my 30s, and I am dropping a manifestation podcast on July 1st called Thriving in My 30s.
Did we get that?
Yeah,
Or
it's
kind of just
yeah,
go through
we're
manifestations
still
of
working on
different
it.
things that I've been able to
You know, it's only
manifest
August.
and the abundance that I've been able to attract into my life. And the different manifestations that I used in order to get there.
What minute are we at there? Is that?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's 57 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I
She
love
said
voice
3 of
books.
those, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I told her at first, I was like, you have the ASMR voice. 100%. Like, I had to say something. I'm like, okay, look, get with Barrett. Barrett will get you to who you need to
that's
get
what
to.
you did.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was perfect.
So glad. And she did it at 11:11. That's what her next message
Yes.
said. So she was like, I believe this will happen. So
Yeah.
she made it happen.
there
man.
you go.
Manifesting at its finest.
Correct.
There you are.
You see how it works, people. You see how it works. Maybe y'all shouldn't DM people with words. DM with your voice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I turn away a lot of people that just send me messages. If
Yeah,
I heard
just-
your voice, I'd probably be like,
I'm trying to
come
tell
on,
you,
yeah.
that's the way to get to people.
I don't hear from anybody.
Christina Ritchie will never know. Hey, Christina, me, Barrett, message $4.95.
I just
Hey, Jay,
want
wow, this is me, Barrett, again for the 57th time.
maybe once.
We
Maybe
met
once.
at Disney World briefly.
That's it. You know what? She'll
My
remember
wife
me.
noticed you.
She'll remember me. Who else approaches a celebrity at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I would.
Nobody.
I would.
Trent will.
So
Definitely.
Alexis, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
I just want to go through, make sure everybody knows. For more information about Alexis, please check the show notes, or you can visit her Linktree. I'm sorry, I'm going to do that again. Your the Linktree / Ahhamomma. It's AHHAMOMMA.
Correct.
Check that out.
And that's .com too.
Yeah, absolutely. Her book, Self Love: The Art of Manifesting, is available now. You can find details in the show notes again, or you can visit Linktree / Ahhamomma. And for listeners on the pod, you can direct message Alexis through her social media and receive a signed and personalized copy of the book with a special message, just like she did for us here. Again, check the show notes for links to Alexis and her practice. As well, Alexis has given me authorization to give this out. A special code for our listeners, Manifest20, MANIFEST 20, for 20% off her book, Self Love and the Art of Manifesting, and free access to courses when they become available. I assume on your website, right?
Yes, exactly. They will be on the website.
Yeah, so check that out. Again, the 20% off, Manifest20, Manifest20. So definitely check that out. Can you stick around with us for another
Yeah.
half hour or so? Okay,
Nice.
because after we get back from the break, we're gonna talk about stuff. We haven't talked about stuff in a while.
We got stuff.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on, so we're gonna do that. All right, this is the All About Nothing podcast. We'll be right back.
What's up? This is Neat the Geek, and you're listening to the All About Nothing podcast.
All right, welcome back to the All About Nothing podcast. Zach King, Trent Clark. We're joined by Alexis, Ahhamomma.
Mama.
Also, I'm Barrett Gruber. Good night, man.
What's up?
I feel like I've been robbed.
With what?
It ran
The
out.
applause.
Oh, what?
You said he said his name.
I said my name. It was like,
Silent.
what are crickets? Crickets,
One
crickets.
guy's like, yeah, Barrett.
Somebody at the end like, woo!
DJ Fuzzy Nuts.
I'm fully expecting that on
That's him.
Sunday. I'm fully expecting that on Sunday.
What, DJ
If it
Fuzzy
doesn't,
Nuts?
yeah, I'm
No,
fully
it has to
expecting. I'm expecting because my TED talk on podcasting starts at 2:30 at the Comic-Con.
Do they have food at the Comic-Con?
They do. The place
Yeah.
is catered.
It's gonna be super expensive, so be ready.
ready.
It's gonna be like concert food.
To like be like, I'm VIP. Would you like to meet Sean
you know,
Astin?
you know what I'm gonna do, right?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go right to Five Guys before I come there.
Oh, fill up.
Fill up.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm bringing it inside.
You
Oh,
can't.
you
You can't bring
don't do
other
it.
food outside.
Don't do it.
They won't know.
They won't invite us back for 2024.
I'm gonna tell
Just-
them
They
to,
won't know.
to
Put
look
your
at
food in
Trent.
a dirty diaper.
I'm
and
gonna put it in like one of those little
a trough. You're gonna wear a trough around your neck.
thing, yeah.
100-degree weather. Okay.
So
Just dress
Greasy
up
bag of fry.
you could just dress up as like a Megatron or something.
My boy Zach coming through with the ideas today, man.
Tell me.
Alexis, of course, Ahhamomma. Her book is Self Love: The Art of Manifesting. So make sure to check that out. It's in the show notes, or you can visit her Linktree, Linktree / Ahhamomma.
What?
He's messed it up every time.
Yeah, every time I cut it off,
Your applause game is
it's not me, it's him.
it's you. You just abruptly stop it.
I have to because it just stops.
Watch. Which one is it?
No, don't touch it. If you don't know,
It's
don't
the
touch
yellow
it.
one.
Don't touch it, man. You don't know.
There you go. Oh, Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's weak. That's weak.
It's called editing.
That's weak.
Y'all don't let me near that thing, but I got it figured out for the
Don't
applause.
say y'all. What you mean by y'all?
So visit Linktree /Ahhamomma. So we haven't actually talked about some of the stuff we normally talk about. Do you guys want to? Zach, do you want to go?
We
first?
had a congressional hearing, as dumb as it is, about them aliens.
Yeah, we did.
And
Is it dumb or is it
David
about
Gross.
time?
I don't know. It seems so. A lot of bold claims, right?
Sure.
With extraordinary claims come extraordinary evidence,
Sure,
right?
of course.
Of course.
We didn't get any extraordinary evidence.
No, he didn't walk in with any pictures.
No, but
No
what
video.
he said is intriguing at the least, right?
Yeah, sure.
So David Gresh has said there were extraterrestrial biologics,
Non-human.
Yeah,
non-human
biologicals.
biologicals.
That's the word he used.
Biologics, that's right.
Hey, make sure you say the right word.
And then our government has successfully not
Snowed
captured,
everybody.
but our government has successfully taken possession of UFO or
since 1933 or 38,
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
was.
I mean, in
Extraterrestrial.
2020, they dropped that whole article and talked about how aliens are possibly real and all of this stuff was on the government website
Yeah.
in 2020, like while we were having a pandemic. Like, oh yeah, and aliens are possibly
It is like
Put that
slipping
there.
that in there.
I was also intrigued by the fact that he said that some of what we are seeing, as far as what's being documented by people, is not necessarily extraterrestrial, but could potentially be our own technology that we're seeing.
Yeah, that exactly. And then the interdimensional part of it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You're not thinking of aliens. These are interdimensional beings.
and you had two certified Top Gun pilots with Commander Favor, who he was a Top Gun instructor.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when he encountered the Tic Tacs off of the
The Nimitz class. Yeah,
in 2004,
2004.
like the man knows what he saw and decided to make aggressive maneuvers. And then when they went to his tack point, all that stuff we talked about
Yeah.
before, he's testifying, going like, "Call it what you want to call it. I'm telling you what it is, like
Yeah.
how it acts."
Yeah.
And if it is one of our things, that for one, this is a big, definitely cloak and dagger type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
To hide it from us. But at the same time, nobody that you know who's worked for Skunk Works, like Senator Reid and stuff like
Right.
that, is going, no, we're not close to what you encountered. And I cannot remember the other commander's name.
Yeah. I don't
He
remember.
was a Navy pilot off of Virginia on the Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Same ship Keith served on. And it just went off the East Coast in Virginia out of Norfolk and encountered the...
Yeah, between Norfolk and Jacksonville, Florida.
And that's the one where he encountered the gimbal craft.
Yeah.
Which was like a cube inside of it with a sphere inside that was mutating. It's like, dude, okay, whatever it is, there is something. We're seeing these things.
So what do you think it is?
I mean, the evidence is only video, right? And like Neil deGrasse Tyson brings up one. I love the man, but sometimes he pisses me off with his just staunch like,
You should have told him that to his face when you seen him.
I could have, man. Zach, I don't know you. Please leave. Why are you in the restroom?
He would try to bestow
Security.
some type of wisdom on you really quick.
That's a great idea.
Why did you get in my Uber?
Yeah. Are you a certified limo driver? Hold on, Neil.
Why do you smell like pizza?
Do I smell like pizza? Guys,
Damn, see how he just threw you under the bus?
I
like
see
that?
it. Don't worry. DJ Fuzzy Nuts. That's going to be the biggest hashtag of Soda City Comic Con. No, but I thought the whole thing is interesting because if David Gresh is getting all of these threats and stuff from outside sources,
Right.
he's coming to testify in Congress. If he's lying, you look like a gigantic dick.
Well, and when you testify in front of Congress, you're under oath.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but how can they prove that he's lying?
Well, the guy that he worked under or worked with wrote like a LinkedIn message note
yeah.
and basically just BS the whole thing away.
Anybody could have wrote that.
Well, even if he wrote it,
could have wrote that.
LinkedIn is
but-
like the new
but-
what's it? Wikipedia.
but you
Yeah.
come back,
Yeah.
what you do is you come back and you go like, well, that's something someone would say if they want to discredit someone who's not lying,
Right.
Right. So I don't know. I'm in the Mulder phase. I want to believe, but
Yeah.
then I have my scathing atheist guys who shit all over this whole thing, and I'm just like, all right, that's my Scully, so like it's gonna keep me in check for a while.
Sure.
Is it the sci-fi lover in you that just wishes it's all?
It's my something greater than me. Like the universe is so vast and so big it's countless.
Yeah.
That something had to have got to the precipice of what this is before us.
Well, and so I studied applied mathematics, so I understand statistics. That's my thing. My mind works. Mathematics is a language, and based on the number of stars in a galaxy, the number of galaxies in the universe, percentage, I just don't think that it's possible that there's not some form of intelligent life. And does that mean
more
that,
intelligent than us?
yeah, but does that mean that they've achieved the ability to travel here over spans of solar years and you know that great distances that are required to traverse in order to get here? Do I think that that's happened? No.
It's so
If
hard.
time doesn't exist, then they could have just.
Well, and then you have to. So to go into the physics of it,
You have to
space
bend-
time is it's one thing.
bendable.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's malleable.
Yeah, exactly.
The Earth does it. All the planets do it.
Yeah, the sun does it.
So you would have to have the Star Trek type warp drive where you bend space in the front and the back. That's like almost what you have to do. Dimensionally, I couldn't even begin to tell you how you would even mathematically begin to do that.
I understand the idea that there are likely other the multiverse, like the idea of the multiverse, whether it's DC or whether it's Marvel, that is entirely possible just based on the equations and mathematics that physicists have done. They, the existence of another plane of existence it's got to be there. Like, is there another podcast going on right now that's talking about the same thing but talking about us, like in reverse, or whatever?
Yeah, or like, and it's gonna sound ridiculous, but there's like a dimension where Trent is you and you're Trent, like that.
Yeah.
And if an infinite,
That was last Thursday.
yeah, well, if there's an infinite
When you were
universe,
playing softball?
Yeah.
yeah.
well, here's the funny: if the infinite universe theory is true, there is a universe where one of us is Batman. Or all of us at one point in time is Batman.
Talking about like Spider-Man?
Absolutely.
Again, we're back to the sci-fi level.
But that's the thing. If it's infinite, then there's every probability
So UFOs.
into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, UFOs. Do you think they exist? I mean, do you think what we're seeing are extraterrestrials?
I can't say they're extraterrestrial.
So
no.
you're not gonna Trent.
100%.
You think they're extraterrestrials?
Yes.
This is the existence.
I do believe there are other life forms, aliens somewhere. Whether they're here, I don't know.
But you don't know if they're being visited, Alexis.
I feel like they are not above us, but below us. There's
The lizard
multiple.
people?
Yeah, I'm talking about like
water, right?
Water, yeah, as
yeah.
well as in the ocean. There's so much of the ocean that we have not been able to
Yeah.
explore. And I
Exactly.
believe there's a reason why
It's scary.
humans are not allowed to go down there.
Yeah.
There's a
I know,
reason.
he fucked me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, see when
gotta-
you do that?
you gotta
bring
pop
it back
those
up,
up.
man.
All right. So
No.
I think we're all pretty much on the same. I think
And Alexis,
We-
you did you watch the hearings? You were talking.
Yeah, I did watch the
Sound
hearings.
like she definitely watched it.
Yeah, I definitely watched the hearings. I was glued to my television like it was,
Yeah.
the best news going on, because I was like, okay, what's really going on? Because to me, I've always believed. I'm going to sound so wrong for saying this.
Say it.
Humans are not that creative to come up with all this sci-fi stuff without it
Exactly.
having some kind of
And
legitimacy.
why would people go ruin their lives to lie about something?
Right.
All the time. Like,
yeah, I agree.
you want to be known as the guy who, like, they probed his butt. Like, why would that be the thing?
So I really do believe that there has been, even if it wasn't as war type, as negative as people try to
Sure.
make it seem, I do believe that we have had encounters with certain types of
Entity.
beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, different types of beings that have different types of powers and we just don't have, or that we're just not able to tap into, or that we've killed off, and all of those other kind of things. So if you really think about it, humans have, especially from so many different parts of the world.
Yeah.
If you look at, I was watching something because I'm really big into mermaids, and it was talking about how there's multiple mythology and things like that around mermaids in all different types of parts of the world. So it's like mermaids in Poland, mermaids in Norway, mermaids in Australia, and it goes back to parts in their caves and things like that. I'm like, okay, so there are certain things that just have been here for a long time. I just want to know when we got so stupid. Like, yeah.
A lot of times when I think about things like when it comes to mermaids or mythical things, you go like, well, how did this culture think about, let's just say mermaids, for instance, and this culture and this culture and this culture. Well, at the same time, then how did they all invent swords? I think sometimes they have the same idea that humans are so similar without creativity that they both said long, sharp thing. Like, at the same time, you see something in the water, it looks like part human, part... There's so many variables in human existence. I always say this, but, like, if you ever die and get to understand how everything came to be, it's going to be the most wildest shit you've ever thought of. There's not a person on here who's ever understood, like, any religion says this is the way it is.
You know what I hope it is?
No.
I hope it's just some guy sitting on a bridge just fishing into a river or whatever, and he just goes, you know what'd be interesting? A sphere made of rock but covered in
and it just floats and
water.
It fucks everybody up, especially when they think about being upside down.
And then you put ants on it.
Yeah,
but like that's what I hope. That's what I want.
It's going to be so much more weird than anybody can fathom how things happen. Like, even to the point, what if it is the most boring story? Kind of like a True Detective, where he goes, "We're a freak of nature," where we had that one extra chromosome to make us think about ourselves.
Or what if it was like how the pirates used to think that the manatees were
mermaids?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I understand.
There's a good-looking girl in the water.
That's a fat ass girl in that water. Now I don't know.
You've been on the rum.
Now I know
my spear.
I know when you've been drinking a lot. You know what I mean? And you're dehydrated from the sun. Stuff might not look like how it's supposed to look in the water. So you're like, mermaid.
Yeah, and then that guy jumps in and he just dies.
Yeah. Well, so your question, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but basically, why would somebody go and lie just to ruin themselves?
It doesn't seem like that kind of spotlight of fame does not appease me at all. To be the guy that comes up saying like, aliens abducted me. Cool. What did they do? Butt stuff. Yeah, like, it's just not the spotlight you want shed on.
So you moved my segue, but that segue is almost into Trump's new indictment.
I was gonna say before Trump. What about the guy that lied all that about how his mom was what was it, a slave or what was it?
Oh no, wait, hold on. You talking about The Blind Side? You're not talking about The Blind Side guy. Michael Oher.
Yeah, Michael Oher. Like his like, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it turns out
it changed the whole movie for me now.
Yeah, well, it turns out.
I'm sorry, what?
So you've seen the movie The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock.
I cried.
So
me too.
As it turns out, Michael Oher was never adopted by the family. They forced him to sign a conservativeship so that they could make decisions on his behalf up until the age of like what, 20?
Yeah, it was old.
19.
Oh, was it 19? Was that it?
Because he was already 19 when they wanted to adopt him, so they did the conservatorship to help get him into Ole Miss or other schools.
But he was already good enough to get into Ole Miss.
He went everywhere. They had Lou Holtz going chucker and chucker dash.
I know.
But I think the thing is that people are upset that they were misled because he was the one that broke the news about it.
Yeah.
Michael Oher came out.
They said that he tried to blackmail them.
Yeah.
For $15 million.
It's an interesting relationship.
Probably because he wasn't able to sleep with the daughter.
Well, and he's retired from football now.
Yeah, he's retired.
So my mind kind of goes to like, is Michael Oher hard up? Is that what it
potentially
is?
About money?
Yeah.
I mean, but if your parents, like, that's almost like Britney Spears, almost like his parents, like his adopted parents have been controlling his money.
The parents already said, we'll willing them let it. Like, it's like they got blindsided by these accusations.
Yeah, they didn't
think
know
about it,
coming.
like, he wasn't like, okay, yeah, he got into school on a full ride, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have to pay for college.
Nope.
Right.
So all his money he was saving up. It wasn't like he was spending a whole bunch of money.
They were going to pay for him to go to college regardless.
But that's what I'm saying. They weren't hurting for money.
Right. No, they were very affluent, rich.
Well, that's what the movie showed.
Yeah, they still are.
But I guess that's why I'm wondering if he's hard up for money because he was an O lineman, right?
Yeah.
How much they don't get your like your Tom Brady money.
But he should have got.
But he had a whole movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
they all got $14,000. Each member of the family, all they got is $14,000.
Wow.
For the
But
story.
what did he get?
Disrespectful.
He got $14,000.
Yeah, but not really, because then
For the
there's-
main character?
Yeah.
But he
wasn't
wasn't in the
It was
movie.
just
It was a
based on-
story about
and it was
him.
the author. The author sold the story.
Yep.
And then
The studio
that's
picked
what
it
they
up.
cut. He cut them in for 14
See,
grand.
that's where he messed up. He should have just
Even the little kid that he was with, that 14. That's everybody got 14.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just weird because you definitely ruined a good movie.
Yeah,
Well, and it
I can never watch it again.
Now they do that Peyton Manning
love
video.
Sandra
that-
yeah. and I don't ultimately I don't know how to feel about it because I'll be honest, I don't care.
You know.
But
Right.
but like
Rich fighting with the rich, huh?
it was a weird time for this break and like what are
Very weird.
what are they distracting us from? You know?
And the mom agreed to the conservatorship.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And he agreed
mean,
to the conservative
His
shit.
mom
He
was
knew
on,
it-
wasn't his mom on drugs?
yeah.
I guess. I
Yeah,
can't.
but-
Yeah,
She's
that
gonna
doesn't
agree with
count.
that. Yeah, come on. They caught her at a bad time.
I got to admit though,
Was
it's
she
still,
ever having a good time?
It's still a-
apparently.
it's still a little uncomfortable that this white family not basically
That's
It
the
was-
problem.
it was
That's why the
definitely-
news is picking up on it so
it's,
much. Because,
Damn it, Tim McGraw.
yeah.
yeah, man,
He didn't even look like Tim McGraw then.
Yeah, he did.
they definitely did.
Fair enough. All right. So moving on. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, man.
That guy.
Donald Trump and 18 allies were indicted in Georgia this past Monday over their efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss in the state of Georgia, with prosecutors using a statute normally associated with mobsters, that's racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations.
Which we had phone call records of.
Yeah, to excuse the former president, lawyers, and other aides of the criminal enterprise, to keep him in power. So RICO, again, commonly used to prosecute organized crime because there are for most of what organized crime does, it's an organization, and then they put together conspiracies to
To simplify it for everybody at home, it's a case that Young Thug's going through right now.
Well, yeah,
So
if,
him
you
and-
get trapped
yeah,
if you get trapped in a RICO charge, that's almost unbreakable. It's
Yeah.
like very hard.
So in this case, the prosecution clearly has found evidence among Trump and his 18 cohorts that conspirators to undo the defeat in Georgia. Because you remember the phone call. He said, I just need 11,780 votes. That's one more than I already have. Other defendants include White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, who it sounds like potentially is going to turn on him and give evidence.
That's what happens in the RICOs. They turn.
Yeah.
Well, and Giuliani already did.
Yeah.
Well, Giuliani has had to, but Giuliani's still apparently a criminal defendant in this case. So whatever,
Does he represent
If he
himself?
reveals enough,
he can't. Well, he can defend himself, but legally he can't defend anyone else. He's been dropped from the bar, disbarred. So Rudy Giuliani, also Trump administrator, Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark, who advanced the then president's efforts to undo his election loss in Georgia. Other lawyers include Sidney Powell. You all remember Sidney Powell from the Hugo Chavez is the one that designed these his Dominion. Also, let's see, Sidney Powell, Kenneth Cheesebro, which, by the way, Hasbro, illegitimate love child to the worst board game retailers is who Cheesebro is. They were also charged. Defendants would be permitted to voluntarily surrender by noon, August 25th, so next week. She also said she has
give
plans.
them time.
Yeah, they definitely didn't give Young Thug time
At
to
all.
turn himself in.
But
They
what's
said,
funny-
I'd like to talk about that a little bit.
Well, and I hope I'm not jumping forward, but the judge that got appointed, do I need to hold off on this?
the judge in Florida or the judge for this?
The
For Georgia
federal
case?
judge that they had to get assigned for the Georgia case, where the Trump team went and said, well, Saturday doesn't work for us. And she goes, oh, well, Saturday is when you're going to be here.
Wow.
It was the Obama appointed federal judge.
Yeah.
Oh,
So many are speculating that the Georgia case is the strongest of the now 4 indictments that Trump has. 34 felonies in the Stormy Daniel hush payment crime, which I think is still a pretty weak case.
the weakest.
Yeah, 4 felony counts in the January 6th insurrection case, which also I think is a pretty weak case.
The weakest.
Ultimately, I think it's going to be Donald Trump is going to get out of that one because he didn't technically say to go and attack people. He just
Correct.
said go and go down to the Capitol. 40 felony counts in the classified documents case, including 32 felony espionage charges. That's in the documents down in the Mar-a-Lago. I think that one's a strong case. I think that one has the potential of finding a guilty verdict. And then the 13 felony counts in Georgia election interference case, including 3 felony counts of soliciting or solicitation of violation of oath of a public officer, basically asking Secretary of State, the governor, or the lieutenant governor, and then somebody else in office to overturn
The vice president.
Well, yeah, but this is for the Georgia case. They had to be Georgia public officials. So with all of these felony cases, 91 to date, if he were found guilty of all of them and they were sentenced to the maximum consecutive sentences, he is looking at 712 years and 6 months in prison.
But he will be.
He'll be dead.
He'll be getting 6 months of house arrest.
Yep.
And he'll still be running for president.
I think what's going to happen.
He can't still run. He can still run.
100%.
He can still run.
That's a.
Now, if he gets found guilty in Georgia, he can't run in Georgia. So he wouldn't
lose the whole state.
He ultimately, if he wind up being the nominee,
Georgia's already going to turn blue eventually.
Yeah, I suspect that too.
Eventually.
I thought that was more like a shooting star you see once in a while.
And honestly, I'm going to say this out loud. I never thought that I would admit this, but Trump is an overachiever.
But he also, have y'all been paying attention to what's been happening in Hawaii?
Yes.
So with Hawaii, Trump just came out with his little talk about the governor of Hawaii, the governor of Hawaii, and how bad of a job he was doing. So
He says that about everybody.
But I'm saying they're trying to flip Hawaii.
Never going to happen.
Trent, we saw him handle California wildfires.
Yeah.
It was basically,
Why
they're
don't
not
you-
doing a good job and I'm taking funding.
Why don't you rake up these pine straw here?
yeah.
But I'm saying if
That was his idea.
He's got
Too much pine
He's got to
straw.
try and flip another state if he's going to lose Georgia.
Hawaii is not winning
Hawaii's
anyone
not
in an
gonna be
election. Yeah.
First of all, he lost Michigan. He lost Pennsylvania.
Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. Those are the
This
Wisconsin.
is 2024, guys. I got to think. Joe Biden better do something. He better do something to change.
I'm not saying that
something.
I'm not saying that Trump would lose those, but I have to believe it. No, I don't. I was going
You
to
have
say.
to
I'm trying to tell you, it's 2024, man.
I'm more worried
All I know
about
is
young
that-
Trump, a.k.a. Ron DeSantis.
Biden's got to do something crazy to guarantee these votes this time, man. It's not just about to give it. People are not just going to give it to him this time.
So
I don't like
one of the things that I think that Biden does need to come through with, and now it's not in Biden's hands. It's actually in the Secretary of Education's hands, Cardona. Honestly, Cardona has the power to just say, all right, every student loan that was taken out between 2020 and 1991, those are forgiven.
Yes.
And any student loan that was taken after 2020, you no longer have to worry about interest rates. So,
And everyone
that's
write him a
entirely
letter
possible.
asking him to forgive them.
Yeah.
Send him flowers.
Yeah, and ultimately he can make that decision, and it just be the potential of having the loan stricken that way is much more likely because it is written into the Constitution that the secretary or whatever the classification for that particular department, he has the power to decide whether or not these loans stay in or the loans get out. So that is something. Basically Biden said, okay, they didn't do it my way, so I'm handing this over to you. You get to make that decision.
All I have to say
and
is
he'll
I'm-
have to live up to it because a lot of people are going to be angry about it.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be an American where we can agree on shit.
At all.
So Trump's out there right now telling his supporters that one more indictment and we have them. He's telling his supporters one more indictment. That's what it's going to take to reelect me. Kind of like
I'm trying to say he's digging into it, man. He's playing into the bad case. He's like Bane right now.
it's kind of like Orphan Oliver asking the
Right?
feds.
Sad.
He's more like Solomon Grundy.
That's a much better description.
Yeah, that's good.
That's funny as fuck.
He's orphan Oliver out there asking for one more, please.
Yeah, and Biden's going, get out of here, you little cripple kid.
The craziest thing, all this time, he's still out there grifting. Like, I read a statistic this week that said that some have claimed that since the first indictment, the Donald Trump campaign / legal defense has raised more than $19 million from people.
I tell you, man, it's the opposite, man. It's like when Kyle Rittenhouse shot that dude. It's like his lawyer bills were already paid before he even went to jail. Like it.
Well,
it's like
the thing
shit
about
like-
Trump's lawyers, they're just collecting a check. They can't do anything. They're like, you're so fucking guilty.
They're never going to get paid.
Yeah, they ain't getting paid.
Trump does not pay his bills, even if his campaign has
It
his
doesn't
money.
matter. That's what they're there for. They're not there to.
Yeah,
they're not going to get them off. There's no end game. They're like the
and
less.
What's the celebrity status for them for being there defending him in court?
Oh,
like,
a lot.
what is it?
A lot.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
They saw Cohen and they're like, yeah, don't trust him that much.
Think about how Kim Kardashian's dad
I was
went
just
up
about to say
after
that.
defending OJ.
Yeah.
That's different.
No, it's not.
not.
It's actually way more high
much
class.
higher class.
I hope that Trump goes down the freeway in a Bronco with somebody.
He won't have to because he's going to be with the Secret Service.
And it would also be a big rig truck that he could pull the horn and go.
And that was absolutely, that's completely different. That was full celebrity status because the juice
Trump was the celebrity before he was president.
that's all
I
he
know
was.
that, but everybody's like, you're already guilty. You're a disgusting human.
Can I just clarify though, real quick?
And it was someone getting away with murder.
Donald Trump was television celebrity.
No, he was rap celebrity. Every rapper used to say Donald Trump's name.
That's not
in their
nothing
rap.
to do with that.
That's influence. He had influence on the rap community.
It was
that
different with
is
OJ.
100%.
OJ wouldn't be in your name if he did. OJ wouldn't matter outside of the that he got away with murder and that he
Allegedly,
fled from
allegedly,
the-
sir.
that he flew,
After writing
he
a
flew-
book.
Yeah, you better watch
That
your
he-
words.
If I got
right.
away with it.
Yeah,
If
no,
I
I
did
didn't
it.
do it, but if I did it, yeah. No, but
You're not going to disrespect the man that won a Heisman.
Let Trump fly around in his Trump Force One.
Ask me about what's the football / baseball
Who, Aaron Hernandez?
Hold on,
please, Lord.
let me do this. So Heisman's a big deal.
I mean, for
Oh,
y'all
no.
it is.
Oh, no.
But we win national championship, so that's how it
There it
works.
is. There it is. There it is.
Man,
There it is. So
individual players.
What he meant to do was
Cognitive
he
dissonance.
meant to put an
He
ellipse
thought
on
he was
there.
going to get me. He thought he was going to get me.
I did get you.
No, you didn't.
You were just like
I said for y'all.
You were like the man won a Heisman,
He
Zach.
won his Heisman.
And I was like, so that's important. You're like, fuck you.
But the man won. I said the man won a Heisman,
call it
not
out.
the
I
school.
don't want to hear it.
Not the
I
school.
don't
The
wanna
man won the Heisman.
You
That's
never
an
know what it's like.
individual.
You'll never know what
That's
it's
an
like.
individual
You just never
person
know what it's
winning.
like. You know.
Well, and the only people voting on the Heisman are a
Or
bunch of.
Heisman winners.
Oh, is it Heisman winners?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was sports reporters.
No,
Sports reporters do get a Heisman vote too.
Yeah.
but it's mostly Heisman winners.
How many
Heisman winners get the
How many
vote.
Heisman winners are there?
Alive?
There's like at least 60 something.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
that
they're
sounds
like
like the Hunger
60 something
Games.
alive.
Dude, Steve Spurrier's still alive, and he played in the 60s.
Oh yeah, you got it right.
All right, fair enough. But there's more sports reporters, right?
Yes, but not
Not
like,
everyone has a.
It's
access
probably
to-
like Stephen A. Smith and like the higher
no.
names.
I would-
Stephen
I
A.
would-
gets a
No.
vote in the
Heath Klein gets a Heisman vote.
NBA. He gets
NBA.
NBA MVP.
Yeah,
Heath Klein from 107.5 has a Heisman vote.
Okay. Interesting.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
better
just
make
didn't
sure
know.
you know for sure.
I am for sure.
Okay.
'Cause
So
he talked-
like
For
Paul,
realsies.
like Paul Feinberg or whatever his name is. The one with-
Feinbaum,
He
I'm
might
sure.
have one.
I think
I don't
Feinbaum
know.
probably
I don't
does.
know what the
right?
criteria is, but like
You have to go to
I know
Alabama,
that
right?
Heath Klein has.
See, this
one.
is why we call it the All About Nothing.
He went to
will-
Tennessee.
we go crazy.
He went to Tennessee.
Somebody drops a grenade and we scatter.
He dropped the grenade just now because he tried to.
He tried to come for you, and you
Yeah.
almost fell for
Well,
it.
it's
I
coming.
was
It's
present for
coming
that.
into our
He started walking in.
well, it's coming. It's coming into our next subject. And Alexis, I don't know if you're a sports fan at all.
I have no idea. I'm the girl that says touchdown at a basketball game.
That's what Trent says too. He doesn't know.
Classy.
You didn't even play football.
Classic.
Shut up.
I did.
What do you yell? Hold on. Just so I'm curious. What do you yell at a basketball? Yeah, I was going to say. You went.
No, you do three.
Yeah, there's 2, 3. Yeah.
You gotta put the
Or
three
you go
up, man.
and one.
Or you gotta
Yeah.
say air ball whenever they do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Brick.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we used to say brick. It was kind of defensive.
Wow,
though.
that was.
Was it?
Yeah.
What? No, please explain. I
Well,
didn't know this.
they're feeling like a piece of shit because they already know.
Yeah, like he's like, damn, I'm gonna miss, guys.
Yeah, all rim.
Brick is like, okay, everybody can miss a shot, so people just stop saying that eventually.
Oh,
Because
okay.
everybody can miss it, but if you airball,
I thought
a problem.
I thought there was something. I thought that maybe there was some racial undertone
Well,
or something
no,
to being
no.
brick.
Well,
Like,
we'll go watch South Carolina and Clemson play this year. So when Clemson's playing, you have many opportunities to say brick.
so I read, and the reason I say that, so apropos of that potential, I guess we missed out on. But apropos of that, so have you ever heard the term "whatever floats your boat"?
Yeah.
yes,
So I read somewhere that came from the ship captains that were bringing slaves over, and that if they ever sprung a hole or whatnot, that they would tell them to tie one of the dead to the bottom of the boat.
Yes, I've heard that before.
And so it's what and so captain, he say oh, he sprung a boat. All right, well, whatever floats the boat.
damn.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks for bringing us
Yeah,
down.
that was a horrible joke,
But
Barrett.
that was what
Hit one of those buttons.
it's not a joke. It's a
Just sucks. We didn't need to know that.
Barrett.
I'm just
This is
hold
exactly
on.
what happened whenever you was at the Democratic meeting. You was in the church.
Oh, see,
And you
that doesn't bother me.
disrespected the church.
I didn't
At the
disrespect.
church in front of the church members.
I didn't
He was
disrespect.
like, you see that cross right there? I got one of those on my Christmas tree.
I didn't think that was disrespectful. I thought that was right in
You
line.
don't have the same cross they have in the church on your Christmas tree.
I have the same tree topper they had on top of it. I
It
didn't.
looked like a mummy Christ.
It
I don't know.
did. It was
Like, Mama,
weird.
but you weren't supposed to say that.
Look.
You
It's me.
disrespected their-
It's me.
They weren't churchgoers, by the way.
There
were
had to be
different-
some.
Yeah.
Had to be some.
Welcome to South Carolina.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like,
But
Everybody
hey,
goes to church after
nobody
they
was
sin.
nobody was offended.
oh, nobody hit the.
No. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, one guy was like,
He was loving it. Yeah, he was loving it. All right. So I guess. Did you want to bring up the SEC?
No, we're bringing up the Montgomery brawl.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Trent, yeah, it's Trent's turn. You did bring up the
Bringing the brawl up, man. I know
UFOs.
y'all seen it. It's been on. Zach just seen it now.
clips. I didn't get a full thing of it.
Alexis, what do you think of the brawl? or what they calling it the
The new
Alabama
tea, yeah, the tea
sweet
party.
tea party.
I've only seen clips of it. Also, I've not seen the entire thing. I think I've seen the little boy like jumping in the water, and that was brave. I was like, oh, look at black people jumping in water.
That's first black man to swim to a
Right?
Swim into a fight.
Swim
Correct.
into a fight. But honestly, I really don't know how it started.
So
I
it's all started off by a group of white people.
So-
on a little nice boating day. So it looked like they've had a little drink. They've been on the water all day and they stopped at a little dock spot to get
This
probably
sounds
some food.
entitlement.
Probably to get some food. So they're like, hey, it's an open spot right there. Let me tie my boat to that spot.
Not only was it an open spot,
Correct.
but it was
Big enough
the
for-
large. It's basically.
You're like, why is nobody parking here?
What do these signs? What do these signs mean? Queen of the lake. Oh,
Correct. So
Who is this queen?
they put their boat there. The guy that works there came to the boat and was like, "Hey, you got to move your boat." And he was like, "Hey, where do I park my boat? There's no place to park my boat." He's like, "Well, that don't got nothing to do with me. You see that big ass boat that's over there? They're trying to get right here." And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm not moving right now. I'm waiting for my people to come." He's like, "No, you got to move that right now." And then all of a sudden, the black guy, he threw his hat up
yeah.
to the air, and all you seen was the hat in there. And I thought of Bobby Smurda as soon as I seen it. And I was like, okay, where's that hat gonna land? And then I'm guessing the guy threw the hat to divert the guy.
Yeah, he distracted him.
He was trying to distract him, but the white guy took off on him. Boom.
Yeah.
Start hitting him. Got him to the ground. Started beating him a little bit. Then his friend came over.
the white
next-
guy's friend.
The white guy's
Okay,
friend.
okay.
And he started beating the black guy. So they're both beating the black guy. Then the wife comes down. And then all of a sudden you just see this mass group of black people come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when they came with chairs, ladders.
Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Assemble.
They came with chairs, ladders, the force of water. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? All together.
All the Avatar
and
elements.
And they just start whooping ass,
Yeah.
man. And as a black man, I felt so good. Not just to see white people get beat up. That wasn't the reason why I felt.
wasn't it.
It's because
The
black
unity.
people came together for once. And there were no
It was
gunshots.
You know what? I
There
also
were no
appreciated.
gunshots.
Yeah.
You know what I also appreciated? The arrests.
No,
There weren't any-
Speaking of the arrest, it was eventually arrested. The guy that hit the guy with the chair, he eventually got arrested. But
Right.
the police just let him fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like
That's
they
true.
were just sitting back, like, yes, okay, y'all do y'all.
Would you
job.
step into it? I'd
If
be
I'm
like,
a police officer?
Yeah. I'd be like, all right.
Hell yeah! If I see somebody wheeling a chair, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'll just be like, they're going to beat my ass too.
Nah, like no. But one lady got thrown in the water.
Yeah.
I worker, and it was just
Aquaman came out of the water.
yes, man. It was probably one of the greatest things that ever happened, man.
It was good. It
Great.
was good.
You play
kept my
dumb
feet.
games, win dumb prizes.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
it is terrible that people just can't follow directions and can't understand that they aren't entitled to everything.
Barrett, I seen this week. The content's been so great. I seen myself. I seen a chair with a laser beam on it.
Yeah. They've really marketed this chair.
Yeah,
I think
like-
Five Below even has a phone stand
Amazon
right
sold
now.
out of all their white folded chairs.
Hold on. Tell me what's the reason for the laser beam?
So
on
they
the-
can get accuracy.
Okay. I thought you meant like it had a laser beam dot on it.
It did. No, it
but
was-
like somebody was pointing at it.
Nah. The laser beam
mean-
was pointing at
you
whoever
mean-
it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
That's funny.
accurate. Yeah.
That's funny. That's good.
But yeah, man, I just had to say that.
You know,
man.
he saw some WWE. He's
Oh
like,
man! Oh, it was a rock bottom.
he was like, "My time has come."
And the internet works so fast. Somebody's already dropped a song to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It is great.
I saw
It's probably the
about it. I
greatest
just
song ever.
couldn't get any video. What I want to know, I want to hear now is you like calling internet street fights.
Oh man,
That would be great.
It would be awesome.
Kind of like
We can do
Snoop
that.
Dogg does the Animal
yes.
Planet
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That would be
Trevor's
hilarious.
like, "Oh, now you fucked up. Can't park my boat. Here I come." Like
Instead,
the Rock said, "I got something for your candy ass."
instead of street fights, maybe I should go to like midget wrestling.
No, let's just
call
stick with
those
street
little
fights.
little
right?
people.
No.
Let's do
Little
the street fights.
You have to say little.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, little people.
I didn't say. We can bleep that out, right?
Hopefully.
Bear's
Somebody.
gonna
Who
can.
said it?
Bear's gonna get me canceled.
Well, just getting yourself canceled.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on repeat.
Damn,
and
it's
I'm
gonna
add
be a
some
lot of little
reverb.
people at Comic Con. It's gonna be a lot of little people at Comic Con. I'm glad
We
we
just
dropped
have it,
afterwards.
we have it on a play. We have it on our phones. We're like, "This is what
exactly.
Trent thinks."
Fuck.
All right. Before we do cancel ourselves, Alexis, aka Ahhamomma, you all make sure to check it out. Linktree/Ahhamomma. You can find details about the book. You can also check our show notes. And again, just to remind everybody, Manifest 20 for 20% off her book, Self Love: The Art of Manifesting. So, Alexis, thank you for being here
Thank
on
you
the
so
show.
Thank
much.
you,
We had a
Alexis.
great time.
Lots of fun. And I guess
Good energy.
We'll wrap it up.
What do you think about our energy in this room?
I really like you guys. I feel like you can really tell that y'all have a relationship outside of the podcast. A lot of times chemistry on podcasts is very important, and you can tell that y'all have camaraderie as well as chemistry, and y'all all have input on the same on topics. So that's very important. A lot of times you always get that one person that's just kind of like sitting back because they don't really know what the other.
Correct.
that the other people are more having a bickering back and forth, but y'all all kind of have a great professionalism as well as teamwork. So that's beautiful. You don't really see that a lot with men.
Thank you. Thank you. We put our egos to the side, except for me.
Some people do.
I said except for me. Damn.
That is going to do it for episode number 169 of the All About Nothing podcast. Thank you, Zach King. Thank you, Trent Clark. Thank you, Alexis, for being with us.
169.
Yeah, 169. Links to all of our past episodes, podcast platforms, and merchandise and social media are all available on our website, theallaboutnothing.com. And if you think our financial model of giving away free content and entertainment is silly and you're in the giving mood, why not become an official Nothinger and join our growing list of members? Visit theallaboutnothing.com for click link to the support there near the top.
What
of the
are
page.
you saying?
Look,
He's getting there, people.
there is a banner at the top of the page
Just
that you can
click
click on that'll take you to the support link. So you can it's easy to sign up. We take all the major credit cards. If you want to drop off cash at the studio, we're here in Lexington.
Come on through. But you can't come in.
Also check out the Trent tier because that is definitely available. We
$100.
we actually have that set up. It's limited.
What you laughing at, bro?
It's limited to 5. It's limited to 5.
5 what?
5 individuals
Okay.
could sign up for the Trent tier. If there are 5 Saturdays in a month, you all get him for one day.
And it's getting weird, Jerry.
So check out our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. And if you'd like to join the conversation, you can join our Discord channel by clicking on the banner at the top of the webpage. Please subscribe to the show, like and follow Facebook and Twitter. Share us with all your family and friends. Thank you all very much for listening. You all stay safe and
Have a week.
The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by me, Bear Gruber, and recorded from the podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Lexington, South Carolina. GOT Sound Studio is owned and operated by Neek the Geek. Visit gotsoundstudio.com for details on studio rental, production, and engineering. Thanks to Cake for our intro music, Sick of You. You can follow everything Cake the band at cakemusic.com. Thanks to Muff the producer for our outro music. You can follow Muff on Instagram at Muff the producer. Thanks to Trent Clark, aka DJ Lonzo. Join him weekly at the venue in Columbia, South Carolina for the Saturday All-Star Drag Brunch and Sundays at the Review Drag Brunch. You can also contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com and on Instagram, TheRealDJLonzo. You can also phone him 803-262-7982. Thanks to Zach King. You can follow him on Instagram at KingZach07 and on Twitter at Carolina King 21. I am Barrett Gruber. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Barrett Gruber, or visit my Linktree/Barrett Gruber. Want to support the show? Visit our page, theallaboutnothing.com, and become a member. There are several tiers available, including memberships that give you early access to episodes as well as exclusive content. Visit theallaboutnothing.com. To find links to our social media, merchandise, and past episodes, as well as other details, visit theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you can call and leave us a message. Dial 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is more than you can handle, check out our partner podcasts. Zach and I host What the Pod Was That with Carrie Simmons. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com for links and details. Ami takes a deep dive down the rabbit hole in episodes of Welcome to Wonderland. Available on all of your podcast platforms. As well, you should check out DJ Lonzo's Top 5. Available on all of the podcast listening platforms. Please subscribe and share the show. If you're on YouTube, please like and hit the notification bell. The All About Nothing podcast is a product of Barrett Gruber Entertainment and Media. Thank you for listening.